Abs are not made in the kitchen. Yes, a good diet can help make them more visible, but you gotta train them, all right? Abs are made in hardcore training and dedication. Just look at your favorite athletes and their bodies, as well as your favorite movie stars. Whoever that you idolize, that you see that I want that physique, and you see a core in your future, just know that they all share one thing in common, is that they are disciplined and they stay consistent, and they do it even though they don't want to do it. The only sucky thing about training core, you gotta do it, and then once you get better, you gotta make it harder. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Alright, turn on your favorite playlist of whatever song that you like listening to. I like to listen to something that's more hardcore, whether that's rock or hip hop, but we're gonna start off with this first exercise being in and outs. I love this exercise because it works the entire core. How I work this exercise is I lift my feet above the ground and I bring my knees to my chest, and I also try not to put my hands on the floor. But if you guys can't do this, you can also use this variation here at the bottom, which typically most people use anyway. You can also put your hands to the floor, so that way you can keep yourself more stable. Once you feel like you mastered that progression, then you can take off your hands and try it the way I'm doing now. You will feel it working. Alright, so Russian twists, my least favorite exercise, but we gotta do them, right? And so with this one, your goal is to try to not move as much, as well as focus on that core tension. This is what I typically do. I do double count, like 1, 1, 2, 2 each side. Now if you guys still can't do this, then try bringing up your legs and do it that same way. And if that's still too hard for you, you guys can put your feet down on the floor and then do it that way. And if that's still too hard for you, then ditch the ball or ditch whatever weight you guys are using and just simply just go no weight. But your goal here for Russian twist is just simply keeping core control. Like, try not to move as much. That's it, while feeling the tension of your core with as much correct form as possible. Alright, now planks. Everyone knows what these are. I like to do extended planks, and that's what these are. You just simply extend your arms out and it just forces you to engage your core more, trying to keep your body stable. And if you can't do that, then just do normal planks. But the key here to make you feel it in normal planks, drive your elbows to your toes and your toes to your elbows. Like, push down on your elbows and push up with your toes, and that way you'll feel it more engaged in your core when doing regular planks. Alright, so alternating crunches is the next exercise, and this is a doozy, guys. So this is going to work your entire core and your obliques. So as you can see, they're like an advanced version of bicycle kicks, right? We're going to get to that soon, but what you want to do here is drive your knees to your elbows on each side. So right now I'm doing my right side and I'm getting up to 60 reps with that. You guys don't have to go up to 60. It's just that, once again, I said in the beginning of the video, once you get good with these exercises, you gotta get either creative or make them harder. And soon I'm about to gas out here and I'm feeling it. All right, and then I'm gonna hit the other side just as so. That's my left side, and that's that right there. This exercise will hit not only your sides but the entire core in general, like upper, up, middle, lower, you name it. Now I'm not gonna show the entire clip, but this is what you want to do if you can't do this yet. So in this example, I'm doing the exercise, but I'm not touching my knees to my elbows, because if you can't do it, it's alright if you can reach a certain amount of distance. But still, if you can't do that, bicycle kicks are good enough. Just basically keep getting better, keep growing until you're able to eventually do the exercise I showed you guys. Alright, so next is crunches. I call these upper crunches. So your goal here is to bring in your feet to your butt and move your upper core only as vertical as possible and without using momentum. Try to do that as best as you can for how many reps you want to go towards. These are really hard. They don't have to be perfect, because you're focusing on keeping your core controlled and only focusing on that core to rep it out. You're not trying to use momentum. You're not using your lats. You're not using your chest. Don't use nothing but your core to bring your body up. Even if it's at a limited range, that's okay. I guarantee you will feel it in the upper core. And there I just bring my legs up because that's my superset for these crunches, because it's easier when you bring your legs up, even though it looks like I'm bobbing my head up and down, but that's what you really want to do. What you don't want to do, guys, is this right here. That's what I'm talking about with momentum. I'm using assistance by, with momentum. Just don't do that. If you gotta bring your legs away from your butt a little bit in order to do it correctly, you can. But the whole purpose of you keeping your core control, it all ties in together like the first exercise I showed you. So the next exercise I like to do is called alternating toe taps. So what I do is I touch each side diagonally, then I touch them both together. So I do 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, like you see in the video. And that's my goal. Now I go up to 20, and this thing is one of the hardest exercises that I do. This is a core builder and burner. So if you guys can't do this or touch your toes at all, then do these. And this will help you, because if you're only able to reach at a certain range of motion, that's okay. Alright, as long as you're doing it correctly with no momentum, you'll be fine, because that's where I started too. You'll eventually work up the strength to do it like this correctly. Okay, so leg lifts is the next exercise. So you want to lay down completely flat and lift your legs up, and try to only lift your legs using your core. Do not use your legs or your butt. Only focus on using your core, lifting your legs up. But if that's too hard, you can put your hands on the floor like I'm doing now to keep yourself stable. Try not to move that much. And if that's too hard, you can always use this progression here. As you can see, I have my legs bent, so that may be easier for those who can't do it. Just remember to squeeze your core. But for those who are looking for something a little bit more challenging, I got a good one for you. This is what I'm doing now. I have a kettlebell and I hold it over my head, and I lift my legs up that way like I'm doing a dragon flag. So I try to lift my legs up aligned with my body as straight as possible, and try to hold it there as long as possible and come back down. Yes, I know I'm still bent, but the whole goal of this exercise, since I have the kettlebell over my head, it evenly distributes weight, and so I'm trying to keep my legs straight throughout the whole time, me going up and down. So try that. It's like a very hard advanced version of a dragon flag. Okay, the next exercise, I like to call these 10s, 20s, 30s, meaning you're going to start out by doing 10 scissor kicks, double count on each side, 1, 1, 2, 2. Then you're going to do 10 flutter kicks, double count as well, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Then you're going to do 6-inch holds. You're going to hold your legs static without moving your legs for at least 10 seconds. Then repeat this again. Then now you're going to do 20 scissor kicks, then 20 flutter kicks, and 26 inches holds, then 30 scissor kicks, then 30 flutter kicks, then 36 inches hold. Remember that the flutter kicks and the scissor kicks, you double count them, and so if you have to take a break in between, you can. And as I showed you guys before, if you guys want to make this harder, hold a kettlebell or any type of weight over your head to make the exercise even harder, and simply just do the same exercises that I told you guys before: 10, 20, 30s, scissor kicks, flutter kicks, and 6 inches holds. Good luck. Alright, so before we go into the last workout, an honorable mention is the ab roller. Whether you can do that standing up and extend all the way supinated, that's hard. Look at me failing. But then after that, I just go back on my knees and just do it normally. So with the ab roller, you want to play with whatever level you're at, and then definitely try to make it harder. If you want to be on your knees like the way I am, that's fine, until that eventually you want to try it standing and extend all the way out. So not too much explaining there. We all know what the ab roller does and what it's for. Try it out, it's very good. Yep. Alright, so the last one, guys, are these oblique crunchers. Guys, we gotta work on our obliques. That makes the whole 6-pack or 8-pack effect even pop out even harder. Plus, with a good core, you're gonna perform well, like athletically. So you need to train those obliques too. You gotta be able to turn on a dime, whatever you gotta do. You gotta train them. So this is what I usually do. I do 60 on each side, and then once I do that, I go to do side planks, bridges, where I lift my body up and down, and I do that 60 for each side too. So yeah, that's it. And so if you made it this far to the end of the video, drop a like, please. That helps out a lot. Subscribe if you want to become part of this channel, and tell me which ones helped you out a lot. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.